How are you? Well, I don't know where to start. I just have the news on, getting the headlines. Well, what's happening is the fascists are trying to wear us down. And you can tell by this, fast clip of the news stories, Let's take away rights of legislators that are Democrats and happen to have dark skin. Let's take them out. Let's take them out of their seats, and now let's take abortion pill access all over the nation. Let's take that away. Let's investigate the investigators. Let's prosecute prosecutors. Let's go after the weaponization of the government when that's actually what they're doing. Let's fight back on any crime, any crimes that are, holding Donald Trump to account. Let's fight back. Let's be a-holes. Let's, thank God I'm here tonight. I appreciate you saying that. Honestly, I really do. Thank God you're here tonight. So, just everything, Jack Smith, the documents, the gun, proliferation of guns, Ron DeFascist going after books. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And here's what I want to tell you. I want to motivate you by saying they are trying to wear us down. That's what they want. They want us to stop fighting. I mentioned at Grassroots of Democracy that I saw an article not too long ago about teachers in Florida getting beaten down, and emotionally beaten down, and they just can't do it anymore. They just can't fight anymore, and it's like, all right, well, let's go recharge your battery and get back up and fight. Find your inner Ukrainian, right? I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy. It's really not easy. What we're going through is not easy. So I'm here with you, and we're here together, and we are here to lift each other up as much as we possibly can. If you need to rant, have at it. We're here for you. If you're frustrated and upset, don't go crawl into a corner and just say there's nothing you can do. That's the worst thing that we can do, is go, I can't take it. Oh, I just have to cover up my eyes and not look. I have Betty Bunny if she fell. I'd set up a seat for her and then it fell. But anyway, get yourself a bunny, do something that's going to lift you up. Do something that's going to recharge your battery. I think maybe she can hang out here. Do something that's going to recharge your battery and then get back out there. Just get back out there. And those two legislators from Tennessee, Justin Pearson and Justin Jones, oh my God, they're I checked the pendulum the other day and it got it backwards. So I'm starting to learn something about my pendulum. And it's that it read that Justin and Justin would stay, but the female would go. But it turned out to be the opposite. So I'm just learning about how the pendulum reads my questions sometimes. It's like I gotta get a handle on that. To me, it seemed like the energy of the two Justins was going to get stronger. Energizer Bunny, that's great! Do you like that? Do you like that, Betty? This is a happy Easter weekend. As you know, if you've been with me this week, I found a mascot, just for Handmaid's Unite. Just for the season. So this is Betty and Benny Bunny. And they're here to support us. What do mascots do? They lift your spirits. They go, rah, 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 let's go. So that's what Betty's telling you tonight. Rah, rah, let's go. Do not give up. I am telling you the truth. I hear so many comments from people, none of you, of course, that are just like really cynical. You know? We don't need to be cynical. We need to be happy, right? So I was just listening to what's going on in Texas with the banning the abortion pill. And these people, let's understand something. I don't know how long Betty's going to last there. She's kind of in my way. Let's understand something. We will win. And there is a shift. So don't miss that part. She needs googly eyes. She wants to stay asleep. These people that are making these heinous laws and want to shut down normal people. Let's have a moment to think about what normal is. Let's just have a moment to think about what normal is. Normal is a person who gets up every day and is like, hey, what's up? It's a good day. You know, it's a good day. I hope everybody has a good day. And yeah, I didn't get to see Kamala Harris's speech. And then, you know, normal people, they have conversations, and normal people, you know, they get into a conversation and they don't expect people to agree with everything. So normal people, they talk about things and they go, ha ha ha, yeah, I disagree, but you know, we're still friends. Normal people don't get their noses in everybody's business. Normal people think, you know, and know if they don't have something nice to say. Normal people don't say things that aren't nice because they know that they wouldn't like that done to them, right? And that's normal. Normal is people that are wanting what's best for everybody. Yeah, I got to see Lawrence O'Donnell. Thank you, Sandy, because I'm a huge fan of Lawrence O'Donnell, but I didn't catch it last night. So normal people take other people's feelings into consideration. Normal people want to do what's good for you know, they want to do good. They want to look good in the sense that they don't want to do anything that they would, you know, be looked poorly upon for doing. They just go on with life, right? Do unto others as they would have to do unto them, and you know, they know the law of karma. What you put out comes back to you. Be generous, be kind. That's normal. These people, we know, I don't even have to go down the list. These people are, the cruelty is the point. The horribleness is the point. What's more horrible? Well, we can think of some things that they've done that unfortunately are more horrible. But I just want to make the point. What's more horrible than what happened in Nashville yesterday? And I want to tell you that most of us are normal. But because we see what's going on in our government and what's going on in our country, because that's what's shown to us, we have lost sight of normalcy. And what we really need to do is highlight, oh, let me just act like a normal person. They have to be there to make people rise up to the streets. Well, that's happening. And we know, like my sign says, we give thanks that darkness reminds us of light. Betty's got my back. Thank you for having my back. We know that darkness reminds us of light, and the darkness activates us, because the more horrible they are, the more we want to do the right thing. So what's more horrible than ousting two young, I mean, it's their world's coming up, right? What's more horrible than ousting two young Republican representatives? And I'm telling you, we'll look at the pendulum, but Justin Jones was really close with John Lewis. And speaking of Betty Bunny having my back, John Lewis has Justin Jones's back. He was his idol. I mean, John Lewis was Justin Jones' mentor and idol. Living with gun drills, right. And so they ousted him for representing his constituents. I think he might be Davidson County in Nashville. Not sure, but that's where I lived. They have killed Obi-Wan Kenobi. And they expel him because his constituents and him, of course, because he's a normal person, want to feel safe. He did become more powerful, that's for sure. So that's the light side. Darkness reminds us of light. Darkness reminds us to access our light and to highlight it. To oust him because, oh my gosh, I mean, you really have to hold your temper, right? When you're watching what this Cameron Saxton, is that his last name? I have it written down. Hang on. Cameron Sexton, the House Speaker of Tennessee. Write to him. To actually see them and what they say, and you have to see the clip of Justin Pearson. I'm not sure which representative was sort of, like talking really like down to him, as if he was the Mazza, and as if Justin Pearson was the slave. And I loved it. These guys, they're old souls. He stood there. He paused for a long time after he took this lashing. For what? For being a representative. He took a lashing, and he stood there for a moment, and he said, how would any one of you feel if someone spoke to you like that? Was that Andrew Farmer? Yeah. How would you feel? And they were so stable. These guys, they were so stable. They were so unshakable. And they are brilliant. And the way that they talk, with their tempo, the way that they talk, they're beautiful orators. We don't see that enough nowadays. Obama had that and still has that. Really good men. So when we see they're being kind of pushed to the forefront, professional and brilliant. And I did see them on Midas Touch. I saw Justin Jones on Midas Touch several months ago. And I stopped and I really was riveted. I was like, wow, where did he come from? Absolutely brilliant. Happy Easter, Janice. Absolutely brilliant. So Justin Jones gets ousted. Justin Pearson gets ousted, but not until after they really showed who they are. They are leaders. They can think on their feet. And I'm curious. I mean, I feel like Justin Pearson, it's Pearson. I feel like he's the incarnation of Martin Luther King. Extremely confident, old souls. And for me, I've been saying for years now, I worry kind of course we always get fearful when these heinous things are happening. But then I don't worry anymore when I look at what this next generation is made of. And Justin Pearson really, I really did think that. I wonder if he's Martin Luther King. I wonder if he is that soul. Because of that natural gift, that's a gift. To be able to speak like that is an absolute gift from God. And Justin Jones, not really sure. Justice matters. I love it. That's great. And I love that they're calling them the Tennessee Three. I love that they're linking arms. And I love that the kids in Tennessee especially are standing up and they're marching in the streets and they're not going to go away. Remember after the shooting, and I was reading about what the aftermath of that would be, and if you were with me, and it was because of the color of their skin. I'm glad that she said that. That was the truth. Right after the tragedy, when I was reading cards, and then Kathy Beale, I don't know if she's here tonight, backed it up, because that same day of the Nashville shooting, I read cards, and that was a really, really bad week, and I said Nashville is going to stand up to this, and look at what happens. I heard somebody peed on their seats. Look at what happens. I didn't want to know any more about that story. When the Republicans in the Tennessee legislature are evil and they're cruel. Now, I don't know who all of them are, but we know the KKK started in Tennessee. And the fascist is the same way. He arrested a 13-year-old? Yeah. They are small, small men. They are small, small, teeny-weeny men. Seriously. Anyway, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm sure I can think of what a few of them are. Thank you to those of you who have attended my Holy Thursday last evening's service. It was on the late side. Yeah. Can you imagine what kind of person pees on somebody's seat? The cruelty is the point. Can't get the light right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. They're so weak. They're so small. And they're so damn scared. They're so damn scared. What do the shirts say? There'll be t-shirts. There'll be everything. And believe me, I'm really looking at, is it time for me to go down to Nashville and protest? I mean, I got places to stay for free. Might be worth it. I just don't like to fly. I'm not driving. Let's take a look. I was kind of wanting to use the Witch's Tarot. Let's see if it's handy. Where is the Witch's Tarot? Oh, never mind. I'll use these. I don't want to get up. And then we have Clarence Thomas. Democrat was slugged by a GOP as he was filming the protest. Well, you know what? I've been praying, and if you want this, I did write a prayer treatment, which is an affirmative prayer for the situation. We are horrified. I mean, we lost democracy in Tennessee. Tennessee has lost its democracy. Let me say that a couple times. The state of Tennessee has lost its democracy. The state of Tennessee is no longer a democracy. So what I'm going to look at, because that doesn't happen in a democracy. That happens in an autocracy. Betty, you want to go to Nashville? Yeah, there will be protests everywhere. So anyway, when I was talking to Kathy that day of the shooting, and we looked at it, she also said, I don't remember what the configuration was, because I'm not an astrologer. People sometimes think I'm an astrologer. I'm not an astrologer, but I know a lot from being in this work for so long. But Kathy said that there was some aspect that pointed to this time there will be a difference made this time. We can't get discouraged. We just have to stay in the game. I'm trying to convince everybody that it's more fun when you're in the game. So we're going to look at, first we're going to look at the Tennessee situation. And the reason I was kind of ranting about these people being so crazy and so heinous is that Tennessee judge who's trying to find reasons that the FDA, I don't know, it was like 25 years ago something, approved the abortion pill. So he's trying to find reasons that the FDA shouldn't have approved it. And he's a crazy person. Saturn and Pisces, yeah. And check it out, because it's a really good show. The Spirit Talk podcast, the podcast I started, it's right here on my channel. And there's some great information in there. I think I listened to the second one twice with Kathy Beale. She's great. Yeah, Maria, we're all saddened by that. It was devastating that they ousted those representatives. But they will be Evil Phil. Why do you call yourself Evil Phil? That sounds really Negative. Yeah, there's a lot of sadness in the air. There's a lot of sadness. So that's why I come on. I want to lift us all up. It's really important. And it's Good Friday, and I did a service today for that. So anyway, we come together and we activate. So just know that it's really uplifting to be involved. We get to work together. We get to work with each other. The podcast is right on my YouTube channel. Let me explain something. Because YouTube confused me too for a while. All the videos that were live streamed, you have to go to the column that says live. Thank you for being at the Good Friday service today. Just go to make sure you scroll over. There's a community page, there's a live page, and then there's a pre-recorded video page, and it should be under the lives. It says Spirit Talk Podcast. I don't, if I knew more about how this all works, I would have a huge following. And I don't. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I appreciate every one of you. I don't know why you're not seeing it. But if you type in at Psychic Annette Dion, searching on YouTube, you should see it. I took my sweater off. It just got kind of cooling. I mean, kind of warm in here. Oh, Betty, I wish that we could get a seat for you. Hang on, I gotta set her up. I gotta set you up. Because it's almost Easter and the people want to see you. Hang on, I get a little crazy. Will she stay like that? Yeah, that's better. Happy Good Friday. Yeah, okay. All right, we're reading about Tennessee. My guides are kind of saying, what doesn't make us discouraged makes us stronger. Just because I was reading cards and I said I saw protests all over. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I don't remember what I say. More psychic in my pinky than most. I've been doing this a very long time. All right, we are looking at Tennessee. 4 cards want to come up. I'm using the Llewellyn Tarot deck. We're right in the aftermath of a full moon. Oh, somebody was mentioning that they feel sad. Yeah, that's why we come together. No, it's warm in here. You guys, don't be ridiculous. It's not a hot flash. Let's be nice to women. The Republicans are going to fight back. The Republicans are going to fight back. The Republicans are going to start slinging lies. Yeah, it finally got to be about 60 degrees here. And the heat still kicks on because it's set for winter. The 9 of Wands is the Republicans are going to start slinging. I'm going to have to fix that. The lamb's taking a nap too. Pain is a path to enlightenment. Yeah. So the Republicans, just get ready, because I don't know what they're saying on Fox, but I don't even want to look to see what they're saying on Fox. They're actually pointing to, Justin Jones, he stayed where he was speaking for 15 seconds over. Yeah, okay, well, the Republicans, we really have to stand up for these Tennessee representatives, because the Republicans are going to start, well, for example, they literally said, the GOP in Tennessee, they literally said, they called it an insurrection. I'm telling you, insult to injury, insult to injury. Yeah, these are great cards. This is a Llewellyn deck. So they're going to keep slinging it. So those representatives, I mean, as brave-faced as they are, they're hurting. They're hurting. It is about the second. It's about guns, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what they're saying on Fox that it's about the Second Amendment. I mean, that's not a very good defense, right? That's not a very good argument. So, yeah, I think that they're going to get real personal. They're going to get awful. The Knight of Pentacles is that these Tennessee representatives are going to be moving forward with a message. It reminds me of like Adam Kinzinger decided not to run for office again because I really think that he can do more, not being in a seat. The thugs are painting it as traitors, even rhinos. Marjorie Taylor Greene said so. Yeah, hang on, I'm kind of missing the conversation a little bit. They started saying the good people in Tennessee need to stand up and demand change. They are. They are. Oh, they are, and they really will, and support them as much as you can. People can see who the Republicans are. Well, you know, it's really interesting. Like, if you stand for love, and that's not a weak thing to stand for, it's way more powerful than hate. This is going to motivate you. Those poor families that lost those little children, I mean, especially now, the adults too. I mean, it's like what they're going through, and that these Republicans won't even. Anyway, but as far as the representatives, the two Justins, they're sad. This is very sad. So even though they're putting on a brave face, they're very sad. You think Justin Jones will run for president? I could see either of them. Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing too, and I want to look at this. Just babies, but they're really evolved souls. So age doesn't really mean anything. I lived in Tennessee for 2 years, and they were so racist. Where were you, evil Phil? It's not like that in Nashville. It's more liberal. In fact, Nashville is a Democratic area. It's not going to be easy, but I do see them working really hard. But, you know, send them a lot of love and light, because that was really a blow to those, the two Justins. It doesn't even matter. When people are, you know, a lot of people, of course, are being supportive, but that was personal. That was personal. Yeah. So, you know, send them a lot of light, and they've got to be just wiped out from all this. Move on, put a billboard up right by Mar-a-Lago. Trump is not above the law. He had to drive right by it. I love it. It will prepare them. I am concerned about voting rights. There are 3 Republicans that Justin pointed out with various crimes they committed. Yeah, he's been expelled. And one of them was a horrible sex offender. I don't know. I'm going to do a little more of a deep dive to get names. Yeah, they're definitely old souls. What did Kamala Harris say? Justin Pearson was on Nicole Wallace's show today. Yeah, I don't even know how they're getting any sleep. This is so much coming at them. Besides, you know they're getting death threats, right? We know that. That's a given. Let's look at whether gun laws will happen. Are we going to see some movement on guns? Not for anything. I love Joe Biden, but I didn't think that they said enough. So I hope Kamala's speech said a lot, because I didn't feel like Joe Biden said enough. I'm not sure. I don't know if Biden can. No, I don't. We'll look at it tomorrow at Grassroots of Democracy at our meeting. I'm not sure what power he has to save voting rights. Yeah, none of us could believe it, because we're used to being in a semi-fair democracy. She compared them to John Lewis. Yeah, you've probably heard me say that Justin Jones was good friends with John Lewis. So, I think I was just asking about voting rights, wasn't I? All right, this is what I'm getting about voting rights. We're not taking the opportunities. Currently there aren't enough of us. I'm telling you people, this is what the guides are telling me. Currently, I'm asking about voting rights. The guides are telling me not enough people are involved right now in fighting for our rights to have a democracy. I am not saying that to lecture you. I'm telling you that because I'm getting a psychic message. The Four of Cups is we're missing an opportunity because too many people don't know what's going on. So it's up to all of us to make them aware. The United States, democracy will prevail, but it's going to be very battered and bruised and beaten down. I'm just telling it to you like I sees it. That's the way the current energy is going. And it's like I started tonight with, they're going to beat us down and beat us down and beat us down emotionally, beat us down emotionally. Yeah, it's a lot. Not enough now. Well, what I'm saying is this is the energy right now. That's the energy right now. It's not enough right now. That's why we have to raise the numbers of people that are involved in saving voting rights. We have a rough time, we're in a rough time. But the star card says we're going to come out of it. And we're going to come out of it and we're going to be okay. So that indicates that there's a change of the status of people not getting involved enough. And we are seeing movement in Michigan. They saved voting rights in Michigan. We need to message better and get, sure, exactly what Cheryl's saying. We need to do all those things better. Right, Betty? Better for Betty. All right. We need to get our messaging. Yeah, we should have all the legislature sessions televised. Change is painful. Well, yeah, and what we have to really get across to people is I'm making Sunshine laugh. Yeah, we have to get people to understand that not acting now means hell later, right? We don't. Betty agrees. Okay, I think you should probably get your voting rights in order. Get your voting rights back and all will be well. I'm going back to sleep now. We're back in 1965? No, I think we're back in the 1800s. I get what you're saying, but, yeah. But I think it goes even further back than that. I mean, especially when you look at women's rights. I'm telling you, they're going to rake us over the coals, but we're going to get through this. I'm going to read 3 more cards about that, about democracy. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can't not do something, right? I can't not do something. I should take a poll, but I can't really do that while I'm doing this. I can't not do something. How do you guys feel about that? I can't not do anything. Yeah, Trump and Putin. Yeah. Oh yeah. We've been at war with Putin for whoever that person is since 7 years ago. Oh yeah, the world is watching. That's what Justin Jones said. So this is about our democracy. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing 4 cards coming up. We are going to experience a lot of loss. Just losing things, losing our rights. But we will strengthen our Constitution. And we will fill our cup back up. You like the sound of me shuffling? I'm glad you like that, because when it's too loud, when I'm watching somebody do readings on YouTube and when the shuffling's too loud, I can't even watch them anymore. I just can't do it. It bothers me. So it looks like after we're bruised and broken enough, I guess, you know, we don't really change until we have to. Yeah, but it's not going to be until we are really hurting. I can't do the drop down poll because I'm doing my thing's way over here. I'm taking a poll by asking you. I mean, it's like, I'm only one person. Well, I'm only one person with a bunny. You don't tell me to learn something new. I'm all by myself here. Kind of. So far, so good with the Wi-Fi. Let's hope it stays. I'll remind you in 10 minutes when I do my commercial break. Wheel of Dharma. When I do my commercial break, there's a weight loss course coming up this month, starting tomorrow. And you get, if you email me, annetteon7@gmail.com, you will get a $20 discount. After we're a beat child, Betty's saying, after we're a beat child, I'm giving it to you straight. We'll read on Clarence Thomas. Yeah, it's a spiritual approach to weight loss. We're not going to ask you how much you weigh. We're not going to ask you, like what your weight is. We're not going to ask you how much you need to lose. It's really about having a positive relationship with how you feel about your body. And that leads to treating your body really well and giving it what it needs and eating healthy food and getting exercise and all that. But we'll be doing guided meditations, and you do receive a recording of the class after each class. It's 4 classes. Just 90 minutes, 4 Saturdays in a row. Go to psychicannetteon.com if you want to sign up for that class. I'm giving you a $20 discount. So you book it, and then I give you a $20 refund. Okay. But I'm not at my commercial break yet. I just sneaked that in because it starts tomorrow. Tomorrow night I have a Holy Saturday service too, and there's a meditation in that too. Alrighty, and Sunday I have a sunrise Easter service and then another one at 1. Oh, your cat likes to watch the PNN? Okay, let's take a look at Clarence Thomas. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen such arrogance in my life. He was a king. Clarence Thomas was a king, and he thinks he's still a king. You were just getting a bowl of chocolate ice cream? We're not going to forbid you from having a bowl of chocolate ice cream. You'll be in church. You can always watch my church afterwards. Pre-recorded. There's no excuse. It's churchofspirituality.online. Let's read on Mr. We should just call him King Clarence, right? Time to retire, time to resign in shame, time to resign and not get paid anymore. Sheesh. And then he comes, honestly, I read this little article about Clarence Thomas and what he's saying about taking all these gifts that probably amount to like freaking $1 billion or something over the years. And you know what he says? I love this one. It's like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to report it. I didn't know I was supposed to report that I was receiving these gifts. What is wrong with him? This one says this too shall pass, and this one says believe. Thomas is asking. I've had them for about 8 years, I think. Clarence Thomas. Oh, I didn't know. I was supposed to report that to the government. Well, I didn't know. It was just my friend, and my friend, they like to give us gifts, and I didn't know I was supposed to file my taxes. I didn't know I had to abide by the rules. I thought I was King Clarence. Give me a freaking break. Jeez. No, they have no remorse. I say about, and I did see him resigning actually. Going back in my mind to some past PNNs, I did see him resigning. Yeah, interesting. I didn't didn't know. I didn't know the rules applied to me. Enough of this already. I think we're done with this. Don't you? It's full of caca. All of a sudden he has dementia. Yeah, that's probably going to happen to... Trump's probably going to do that too. Somebody's asking when the movie about Brett Kavanaugh is. I've been asking the same thing. I haven't Googled it or anything. Amy Coney Barrett. Oh, speaking of sounds that drive me crazy, I could not listen to that woman's voice. These are the guys that make the rules for the rest of us. Well, I'm telling you, what I see, honestly, is we are going to be in so much emotional pain as a nation that we will have to all rise up. Rise up, rise up. I have a song called Rise Up. Clarence Thomas. Oh my goodness. Look it. He's feeling the pressure. Yep, Mr. King Clarence is feeling the pressure. Seriously. Yeah, Amy Coney Barrett, when they were having the, hearings, her voice, oh, I was just like, stop it! Like scraping your nails down a chalkboard. Clarence, the pressure. I do remember I read on him months and months ago, and I was like, it's going to get to be too much pressure, and he's going to have to step down. I got to start documenting these things. Oh, it's good. No, this is Liz. This feels too heavy for him. This feels too heavy for him. He's got tons and tons of more women coming forward. Oh, I bet. And Anita Hill will have her day, to do a happy dance. This is what's coming for Clarence. The Tower. Remember, Sheldon Whitehouse has a lot on the Supreme Court. He has no respect. There is no respect. None. He was a king in a past lifetime. He and Jenny were king and queen. So his soul thinks he's still in that lifetime. The priestess, he's holding a lot of secrets, but there are enough that have been let out of the bag that the Tower card is coming. I see a heart attack. Yeah, I've said it. I saw him resigning, but I didn't know what was going to do it. Let's use a pendulum, shall we? Is this recent discovery about King Clarence? Is this recent discovery about King Clarence? I can't help calling him that because he really seems like he thinks he's a king. Senator Whitehouse, he has the right last name, doesn't he? Amazing. And you know what? Not for anything, but Trump has the right last name too. Wake up, rise up, speak up, listen to Joan. Hang on, I'm asking about if this is a thing that's going to just topple his apple cart. I do get yes. This is the one. This is the tipping point for King Clarence. Yeah. And you know what? If it helps you, it certainly helps me. When I look at people like Sheldon Whitehouse, when I look at people like Adam Schiff, when I look at people like Joe Biden, when I look at people that are true public servants, the two Justins and the Gloria, and I look at them and I'm like, wow, they were made for these times. They were made for these times. They incarnated, they're doing their soul work. And they're brilliant. There are some brilliant, brilliant people. So that gives me a lot of hope. Sheldon Whitehouse, oh my gosh, he never quits. He just keeps pounding away and pounding away. Maybe somebody can Google King Thomas, yep, King Clarence. Maybe somebody can Google that movie about Brett Kavanaugh. You guys, can someone do that? Because I want to know when that movie's coming out. I can ask the pendulum. Is the movie about Brett Kavanaugh actually going to come out? Oh yeah, it's going to come out. Okay. Definitely that movie's coming out. For sure. Okay, so the movie's coming out, and is it coming out this month? It doesn't look like it's this month. Why are you saying Biden must have changed? I'm not understanding. Miss Orchid's Garden, how is it feeling? Oh, you're on the Florida's Gulf Coast. It's beautiful there. I had a couple people I know just took a trip to Florida, and they had a wonderful time, and it's too bad about the fascist. Is a movie about Brett Kavanaugh coming out in May? It looks like it's coming out next month. It's definitely coming out. Love you too, Patty. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to see it next month. Believe it or not, next month is May. I don't know. I know people always do that. Can you believe it's April? Can you believe it's almost Easter? But when I think about next month is May, I do have to do one of those. Can you believe it's almost May? The year is almost halfway over. The guides are just telling me Kevin McCarthy's going in June. There you go. Jim Jordan. I gotta read on Jim Jordan. Yeah, where's the justice? You want God's honest truth about justice? From my perspective, there's not enough justices to handle all the crimes. So they just kind of have to go for the low-hanging fruit. Let's see what the fate of Jim Jordan is. Hang on, but first let me show you my box of Peeps. See my box of Peeps? See that box of Peeps? I think I showed it to you before. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I certainly can't eat all those Peeps. Hang on, what was I just going to read on? Jim Jordan. I think I'm going in, reluctantly. Jim Jordan. I mean, honestly, I wish you were all here. I could give you all a peep. Honestly, I mean, when you think about these people, it's like, where did they come from? Did they all just crawl out of a hole with their reptilian brains? It's an insult to reptiles, I tell you. Jim Jordan. Yeah, thank you. I remembered. They are Democrats, not Republicans, and I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that means. Jim Jordan. Ooh. Whoop-de-doo. Biden senator credit. There'll be no Biden bashing here. If he hadn't won, aggravated progressive, I don't know if you need a timeout. I don't want to time you out. Let's take a moment and think about what would have happened to this country if somebody with the level of experience on all fronts as Joe Biden didn't get in. Yeah, Rice Krispie treats with Peeps, pretty good. Yeah. I'm not sure where that was coming from. Any wrenches? Anyone want to be a wrench? I think I have a couple wrenches in the works. Ah, it's 48 minutes and I haven't done my commercial. Jim Jordan! Thank you for helping me. Very emotional. Jim Jordan, very emotional. And this kind of makes me feel like this full moon really hit him. The full moon yesterday really hit Jim Jordan. The movie centers on Deborah Ramirez, and they're still going to keep working on it. Okay, I don't know who that is. You have a box of Peeps, which you would hope to give to your grandnieces about a year of COVID, so I guess I just mail them. Okay. Peeps have, what doesn't have a cancer-causing ingredient? Peeps are made with GMOs, so, everything in moderation. Okay. the Eight of Cups. Jim Jordan is he's gonna be sorry for his sins only because he got caught. You have to understand, when I say that these people are gonna be sorry for their sins, it's not like they have remorse. It's not like they go, oh, I hurt so many people. Oh, I shouldn't have hurt so many people. It's not like that. Oh, Kavanaugh had allegedly assaulted Ramirez. I didn't know. Okay. I just knew about that woman, Ford. Christine Ford, was it? Oh, Jim Jordan, man, this is not happy. This is a regret. It's not that he regrets how many people that he hurt. It's not remorse about that. It's like, damn, I didn't get away with it. So that wouldn't be remorse. That would be like, mad. This is Jack Smith. Charge! I got the goods, I got the evidence, I got the receipts. Jim Jordan, here I come. One day I said, someone's saying she doesn't know how I can like Peeps. One day I said, yeah, I like Peeps, and then all hell broke loose, and now I have Peeps everywhere. Somebody sent me Peep socks. It's kind of funny, actually. I might have 1 or 2 Peeps at a time. Yeah, anyway, so it is Peep season. Yeah. This is bad. This is like the Eight of Cups is like when you have all this, grief and sorrow and depression and sadness, you're trying to walk away from it. It's been hell. That's Jim Jordan. Won't hurt you once a year to have a Peep. Exactly. Okay. Craziness. The Peeps that are dipped in chocolate, though, I just have to say, those are pretty good. You might want to try a Peep that's dipped in chocolate, because those are pretty good. They're kind of like moon pies in a way, without the cookie. What a crazy world we live in. All right, we are going to... Oh, I have to do my commercial. Stay with me. It's time for my commercial break. I have plenty of room to give you a psychic reading. You want a psychic reading from me. I do mediumship, I do tarot cards, I'm clairvoyant, and I find what your life path is, your life purpose, and I see past lives, and I can help you through challenges that you're going through. So, I should have a wait list, and I don't. So, book a reading, psychic@dion.com. It's always fun. It's always really insightful. It's all about you. Treat yourself. Every Sunday of Church of Spirituality, this particular Sunday, I'm doing a sunrise service by the ocean for half an hour. I did it the last 2 Easters, 6:15 Eastern time. If you're on the West Coast or Central, it's going to be probably too early, but you can watch it afterwards. So I'm going to see the sunrise. It's going to be a sunny day on Sunday here. And then at 1 o'clock, I also do my Church of Spirituality at 1. So that's going to be a special service for Easter. Tomorrow night I'm doing a special Holy Saturday service, which we're going to meditate during that service. So don't miss that. That's live streamed 7:30 tomorrow night. Grassroots of Democracy meets twice a week. We have grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Come and help us to save our democracy. We have to be involved. There's a lot of people telling you what's going on, but there aren't a lot of people getting you involved. So please join us. grassrootsofdemocracy.com. The Spiritual Approach to Weight Loss course, each class is recorded. Each class is 90 minutes. It starts tomorrow for 4 Saturdays. If you miss a class, you'll get the recording. There will be guided meditations in all 4 classes. So a spiritual approach to weight loss. It's going to be at 1, everything's Eastern time with me. So 1 to 2:30 Eastern time. The bell's ringing, it's 8 o'clock. That's for 4 Saturdays in April. And on May 6th, I have another pendulum class coming up. If you go to psychic@dion.com, it's all there. Please book a reading. I want to meet you. It'll be awesome. We have a lot of fun. And psychic@dion.com is where you go for that. So I think that's everything. You can always write to me at dion7@gmail.com. 10 Pacific. Yeah, so it's not too the class starting tomorrow is not too early, right? Christine Blasey Ford, yeah. Kavanaugh's. Let's read on him. Hundreds of tips came about him. Oh, speaking of tips, I forgot to tell you. I really appreciate your donations. Of who doesn't, right? And the tip jar is in the description. Okay, let's see. Let's read on Brett Kavanaugh. Boy, that Jim Jordan, that looked bad. That looked terrible for him. Brett Kavanaugh. Hiding out. That's what I get about Brett Kavanaugh. He's hiding out. I wonder why he's hiding out. Oh, Brett. Oh, Brett. The women hate you. Yeah, he's hiding out. Yeah, he's hiding out. The Six of Pentacles indicate, the sunrise service is really, it's special. I actually go to a place, which is one of my favorite spots on the island. It's at the intersection of a couple of ley lines. Those are energy meridians that go through the earth. It's going to be really special. And at that time in the morning, no one's going to be there. It's just going to be me. I just have to bundle up because it's going to be cold at that time. Sunrise service. It's really special. Okay, so Brett Kavanaugh, he's hiding out. He's petrified. He's hiding out with his family. He's keeping a low profile. And this is the guys are kind of showing me, like, when he had protesters around his house, he made a big to-do about it. It kind of reminds me of when Susan Collins in Maine. What was going on then? Something about abortion. Roe versus Wade. Anyway, people started writing in shock outside Susan Collins' house in Maine. Cheryl, right? She knows about this. She's in Maine. And she got all like, oh, I'm so scared. It's like they were writing in shock in front of your house. So anyway, the DA just sent another letter warning him. Warning who? What are you talking about? About Kavanaugh? Anyway, I have the death card for Brett Kavanaugh. It means the end for him. There's a strong, strong case against him. Next to her house. Yeah, Cheryl, you live in Maine. You know about Susan Collins, the Republican. I think she should just resign too, speaking of resigning. So, wonder why they haven't found out just who paid for his $200,000 debt. Oh yeah, they have a strong case against Mr. Brett Kavanaugh. He's hiding out. He's. Who else does this? DeSantis does this. They're like, oh, I'm such a family man. I'm such a family man. I'm such a family man. That's what they hide. They hide there. You go to psychicannetdion.com to book a reading. It's all there. My schedule's there and everything. If you're ever confused about anything, AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. Just send me an email. It was on the sidewalk, right, Cheryl? Susan Collins in front of her house, and she called the police. Honestly, who here? Somebody wrote in chalk in front of your house, and what it said was, "Please do the right thing, Susan Collins." Would you call the police? That's what she did. What are these people made out of? Marshmallows? Yeah, I know. Andrea's saying that the federal judge in Texas ruled to suspend the FDA approval. Yeah, we were talking about that. We'll get to that too. Yeah. Jim Jordan got another letter from the DA because he's still at it. He's going to be sorry. And we'll get to Trump. He's going to be sorry too. They're going to be sorry. They're going to get in big trouble when their mother comes home. This is Kavanaugh. It's done. It's over. The case against him is too strong. If you want to send out Reiki energy or positive vibrations energy or anything like that, send them to our justice system too. The government has 7 ways to appeal. Thank you, Joan, for filling people in on the sunrise service. 6:15. I scheduled it for 6:15 because I think the sun comes up then. Yes. All right. Are we ready to go to Trump land? I don't know. What do you think? Should we? I'm so hesitant. Do we really want to go there? Ask me. Okay, we'll do Pinocchio first. I'm still laughing about what happened to him and Marjorie Taylor Greene in New York City. I told you so. And that wasn't even so much a psychic impression as it was knowing how much people in the Northeast just hate her. And Santos. Oh, my tea is so cold. Trump, Clarence, Kavanaugh, Amy, DeSantis. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Let's first go to the fascist. Let's just ask something specific. The fascist and Disney. What's gonna go on there? Let's ask a specific question like, is Disney going to, how is the Disney thing going to affect the fascists? Now remember, I've been saying, Jordan failed the bar exam 3 times. He has no experience in law. It was funny to see Marjorie Taylor Greene and Santos run out of town after 10 minutes. That they could only handle New York City for 10 minutes. All right, Disney and the fascists. How's it going, Betty? She's giving me energy. Oh, she's upside down. Sorry! She's upside down. She needs a hug. Betty needs a hug. Okay. All right, we're reading together. Kind of. She's meditating. She's meditating. She's giving me the vibes. This is about what's going on with DeSantis. Now remember, I said that I don't see him running for president. I have never seen him running for president. I feel like a child right now. Kathy, no, don't leave, just lurk. Tell me who it is, I'll block them forever and ever. You're a good fan. I guess my wrenches have to do a better job. Sorry. Don't leave, just lurk. Okay, well, it looks like this is what's coming for the fascists. The Queen of Pentacles, I feel like his wife is going to get him in trouble. The board he appointed is trying to install pay road to get to Disney. Will that happen? No, I don't see that. I don't see that. Yeah, Kathy, don't give up so easily. This is, it goes with the territory. Honestly, believe me. I can tell you. There's always a comment or two that are up there to discourage me. I just keep going. I don't think the fascists can handle it. I think that his wife is going to get him in big ass trouble. You want to troll the trolls? Yeah, Kathy, don't leave us. We don't want you to leave us. We got to be tough. We got to find our inner Ukrainian, right? The Tower card, this is the fascists. This is terrible. This is really bad for him. But there's something, tell me his wife's name again, I forgot. I know, Maria, it's hard to ignore the haters because our brains are wired that if somebody, you can have 99 comments that are beautiful and loving and one comment that's like nasty and hateful, and it's just, guess what your brain focuses on? It's just, it's horrible. And I know, if you're, it is hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. I know, but it's not personal. Just let us know who it is so we can block them. We'll help you out. We'll help you out. I mean, I think everyone else is supportive. Just tell us who it is so we can beat them up. Metaphorically speaking. Tower card for Ron DeFascist. It's not good. Casey DeSantis. She is the biggest. She's going to be the tipping point. Yeah. Oh, look, instructions on how to block the haters. I didn't even see what they were saying. It's hard for me to watch the whole chat. This is the United States. Yeah, this is DeFascist dreams of running for president falling apart. I mean, falling to just crumbling. He's looking at the broken pieces at his feet. Seriously. It's terrible for him. I did read on Jordan. Are you asking me to read on Jordan? Did you miss it? Did you just show up? Sorry. I just don't want to go into his energy again. Women will bring down the patriarchy. Absolutely true, Thomas. And I see that. I've seen that for a long time. This is the time. And you know how interesting it is. Because what's going to make the women shine and the women be really strong in our society and have more power is having it taken away. You just got here, you would have jumped on them. We have to end hatred. We have to end hatred. We really do have to end hatred. And just know that the haters are feeling powerless, and they're probably, you know, doing that to everyone. Honestly. I'm pretty good with people. I'm pretty good with people catching it too, catching the haters. And I can block them too. From here, I can just reach up and block them. Okay, so DeSantis is not running for president. Let's see, is DeSantis gonna lose his seat? I didn't notice anything in the chat either. Is DeSantis gonna lose his seat? It doesn't look like he'll lose his seat. Bullies are bullying because they feel weak and they have no self-esteem. They might think they have self-esteem, but they don't. They don't. People that have self-esteem are nice. Please hit the thumbs up if you can. Yeah, so is DeSantis going to drop out of the race for? Well, he didn't even officially throw his hat in the ring. He's not going to. DeSantis is not going to run for president. Jordan is doing Trump's bidding. Yeah, obviously. I mean, I see them on the phone. That's what I see. On the phone. Trump is constantly on the phone. With Jim Jordan, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the guy that's saying George Santos too. And I didn't read on him yet, and I meant to, right? I got distracted. Pinocchio! We're going to read on Pinocchio. Did you see the Disney actual Pinocchio? Throw what up, Betty? What do you mean? The Disney actual Pinocchio with Geppetto being Tom Hanks. That was a pretty good one. Okay. I'm lost. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I just got lost. Wait. Hate when that happens. I get all involved in the chat and then I forgot. Let's see how Trump's doing. Oh, George Santos. See, I keep forgetting. Whenever I mention Pinocchio, I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about Tom Hanks. And forgot. To call George Santos Pinocchio is an insult to Pinocchio. Sorry, Pinocchio. Please forgive us. This is his. Oh my God. I don't know if George Santos Pinocchio, whatever the hell his name is. I don't know how these cards could be any worse. You ready for this? This is George Santos. I've never really seen this ever. Is somebody like George Santos or whatever his name is. So not in his body. Really, it's very disturbing. DeSantis wants to put toll booths entering Disney. Good luck with that. Yeah, like Disney's gonna go for that. This is George Santos. We'll just call him that for the time being. Heart-stricken, heartbroken. Which reminds me that I saw King Clarence having a heart attack. Anyway, because I just see him having heart problems. Big problems for George Santos. And I feel like, and the last time I read on him, I had this vision of the Democrats, the ones that are lawyers, putting a huge case, and I mean huge case together to get Santos unseated. Look at that. Look at that. And he knows, but he's going into it. I think he has multiple personality disorder. I think that if I were to psychically diagnose George Santos, I would say multiple personality disorder, right? Yeah, he's. Rarely do I get worse cards than this for somebody. That's terrible. It's bad for him. You don't live a life of criming and you know, and have it not come back to you at all. Speaking of criming, you know who we need to talk about next. Thank you for joining me, all the regulars and anyone who's new. I totally appreciate it so much. Santos got bullied back in New York. Yeah, what more about that? He told New Yorkers they made it unbearable for him and Marjorie Taylor Greene. When did he say that? Did he say that to them? Like, who did he say that to? What do they expect? Do they expect, like, these golden gates of heaven to open up for them in New York City? I mean, if they thought that, they're freaking delusional. Yeah, who's the person that wants to inspect children's genitals? What state is that again? Sorry, I'm on a couple topics. So George Santos said that as he was leaving the rally. What did he expect? I mean, talk about delusional. Oh yeah, we're going to go to New York City. The place that Trump stole from everybody in. Okay, we're going to go to this issue. Boy, George Santos and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, I don't know what planet they're coming from. Planet Idiocracy. Jeez. He should have gone to New York City for the Pride Parade. He probably would have made friends. But maybe not. What clowns? Yeah, I think he has multiple personality disorder. That's what I'm picking up. He doesn't know who he is. And I'm real curious to know. I wonder if he flips into the different personalities that in a way that's noticeable. Let's look at Trump. Let's look specifically, because there's so much to look at about Trump. Aptly named. Happy Good Friday. I mean, think about what we were just talking about, Sheldon Whitehouse. Aptly named, right? And Trump's name totally fits what his whole life has been about. His whole life has been about trumping everyone else, one-upping everybody, everything, even the United States. Let's see how he's faring. The guides are saying that man's brain is not in reality. Gloria, I can't even read that. Schizophrenac? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Sounds bad. Donald J. Trump's head is not in reality. It's in an alternate reality. You can watch the video of Santos and Marjorie Taylor Greene getting booed out of New York on Michael Rappaport YouTube channel. Yeah, I did see it. I don't know if it was the same one. Schizophrenic. I get it. Okay. Because it was schizo something. Okay. He's schizophrenic. But I don't know. I don't think that's the same as multiple personality disorders. Remember the movie Sybil from a long time ago? That's multiple personality disorder. Yeah. Anyway, so Trump he's in a delusional, he's in an alternate reality in his brain. Love the whistles in New York City at the so-called rally. That Marjorie Taylor Greene's supporters were blowing these whistles really loud. They don't even make any sense, I'm telling you. They don't. this is funny because I was just saying Trump is in an alternate universe, and in his head. That's exactly what this card means. It means delusions, just delusions of grandeur. You know, that's what this means. Trump is not in reality. I think he has dementia. I've been seeing the onset of dementia for a long time now. I don't think, like, I couldn't stomach, I would have just felt totally nauseous if I watched his speech at Mar-a-Lago. But I feel like he didn't know what he was saying. Like, I feel like he would lose track of what the point was. He has early onset of dementia. Definitely. His dreams for going any further than where he is right now. This is about Trump. His dreams of going any further than where he is right now have gone out the freaking window. You watch a funny video with these two guys trolling Trump supporters, and they showed up on CNN in the background. I have to see that. Yeah, he has early onset of dementia, and I mean, factually, his father, who is a sociopath, he had dementia really bad. I don't know if it was a deranged speech. Yeah, I couldn't listen to it. I mean, I've definitely, his head is buried in the other end of his anatomy. I'd have to agree with that. I used to be able to slog through one of his rallies and send white light and send white light and send white light. And we did do that on 20 on Tuesdays, which I forgot to mention. We have a meditation group every single Tuesday. We do a 20-minute guided meditation for a healed America. I used to be able to stomach watching his rallies, but I mean, just out of curiosity, I can't even do that anymore. It's awful. Anyway, yeah, the delusional card, his dreams of going any further than where he is right now. Donald J. Trump. Yeah, the whistlers were Trumpers. That's what I was saying. They were drowning out Marjorie Taylor Greene, and George Santos is like, why are you blowing your whistle? Aren't you fans of theirs? Didn't make any sense. Knight of Cups. Jack Smith is going to shut down Donald J. Trump. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Donald Trump's dreams aren't going any further. He's at a dead end. He's hit the end of the road, and he has early onset dementia. His son Eric said there were thousands and thousands of Trump supporters here. Isn't that a thing? Right? That's how we all got introduced to Donald J. Trump in a political office, which he knew nothing about. Oh yeah. All right, let's remember Sean Spicer. Let's go back in our memory banks to the beginning of alternative facts. Yeah, it's coming. And whenever I tune into Jack Smith, this is like, yeah, sure, it's highly stressful, it's death threats galore, all this ridiculousness. But whenever I tune into Jack Smith, what I get, thank you, Joan, 20 on Tuesdays is awesome, is that this is really easy for Jack Smith in the sense that it's all laid out there. It's all right in front of him. I mean, it's a ton of work. It's very meticulous work. It's never ending. He could work on it 24/7. But when I think about Jack Smith, it's like compared to other investigations and prosecutions, this is like so right out. There's nothing hidden. There's not a lot of needing to investigate further going on. He's got so much of it just right there. And speaking of that, let's just read on that a little bit. Let's read on where Jack Smith is at. I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about it going too slow or anything like that. I do want to take a look, though, at whether the DOJ is going to look into the situation in Tennessee. Jack is a high school principal face kid, and Trump is terrified of him. Don Jr. is on so many drugs. Yeah, the only time I saw him seeming sober-ish was right after the arraignment the other day. How's Jack Smith's, how's he doing? He has Jack Smith has a ton of evidence. This is, I'm telling you, this is, in a way, it's easy for him. Jack Smith is having to, I feel like he's dealing with a little bit of a health issue, and I think it's stress related, but he's plugging away, and the universe has our back. Don't worry, the universe has our back. Jack Smith is doing amazing. This is a 10 of Pentacles. This is a winning card. The 8 of Cups is like, it is wearing him out, all the death threats, but it would wear anybody out. I mean, look, we get worn out by a bad... Think about it, we get worn out by a little troll, and it's like, imagine what they're going through. It's all relative, right? So Fanny's case in May and Jack's case in June. Oh, thank you, Joan, for the compliment. I don't think I said dates, right? You think Jack plays chess? Oh, I'm sure he does. And Garland got Jack because Jack exists. I mean, honestly, because Jack's like in a position to help. He made sure of it. I'm going to ask a question about whether Merrick Garland is going to go after, whether the DOJ is going to go after what happened in Tennessee. I think I need the pendulum for that. I have to put the question the right way. Is Merrick Garland, is the DOJ going to look into the situation in Tennessee? The pendulum knows what I'm talking about. It's not been determined yet. As my pendulum goes into a counterclockwise direction, I want to remind you that if you work with a pendulum, you can clear energy this way. So you can work with your pendulum. Yes, Trump's in big trouble. You can work with your pendulum to release negativity this way too. So, oh, okay. Well, actually, that's interesting. I was asking if the DOJ is going to go after the case in Tennessee, so it looked like it hadn't been decided. It's going to take a little while for them to get to it, but ultimately they will get to it. Yes, the answer is yes. And I'm going to pull 3 cards about that. Is the DOJ going to get involved in the situation, which is completely unconstitutional, to oust representatives for the First Amendment, their First Amendment rights? My God, they're representing their constituents. They're doing their job. They got fired for doing their job. They got fired because they have dark skin. Yeah, they'll get to it. When they can get to it, they will. The DOJ will get to it. We'll get to what's going on in Tennessee after we've gone through a lot of heartache and pain over it, which we're in right now. Join us at Grassroots tomorrow. Yeah, there's going to be some action taken. I do see legal papers. I see lots of, okay, what did they violate here? What did they violate in Tennessee? So I'm just going back to if the DOJ is going to get involved and how unconstitutional it was to oust those representatives. And I get, yes, the Empress card is the United States. We'll be on this. One thing that's definitely true is that everything that's happening, and there's so much, it's like whack-a-mole. Everything that's happening is challenging this country to stand up and to make change happen, and to make us stronger. I mean, we really don't get strong if we don't have to resist something. It's just the way it is. I mean, when you really look at the logistics of that, yeah, we don't figure out what we can do unless we challenge ourselves. There's no way. I mean, one of my favorite quotes, the only way that we can know our limitations is to go beyond them, to the unlimited. I totally messed that quote up. The only way that we can test the limits of what is possible is by going beyond them to what's seemingly impossible. That's better. We need Geritol? What are you talking about? Okay, so, gosh, a gazillion things. Let's look at, what's going on with the abortion pill. Gosh, women are going to be so angry. Victor Bout is telling Trump to flee to Russia? Who's Victor Bout? You mean Orban? What are you talking about? Orban is telling Trump to flee to Russia? I think Trump would be afraid. Decorum has nothing to do with the First Amendment. How much are they not doing decorum, right? The other side didn't need to have decorum. Anyway, I mean, an oligarch? I don't know what you're talking about, sorry. No, the guy I'm confused. I'm lost. It happens. The Texas, the judge, who has no business being a judge. Women are going to be so angry. We're already pretty angry. Am I going to have to do a timeout? Oh, judgment's coming for that judge. That's for damn sure. There's judgment coming for that judge. What about who's Secret Service? I'm on the judge in Texas right now. And I'm getting kind of lost, so forgive me. It's almost been 90 minutes. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Okay, so the judge in Texas who's banning the abortion pill, who's on his way to doing that. There's going to be judgment against that judge. He's overreaching. And there's all kinds of legal lawsuits and everything else that are going to come against him. The universe is going to step in and change this. And he's going to feel, this is a hermit card, very, very, very isolated in his decision. We definitely need to get in the streets. I mean, I'm debating whether to go to Nashville. I am. I'm tuning in. Should I go to Nashville? What do you think, Betty? Betty doesn't want anything to do with this stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is really, this Texas judge he's going to have a lot of blowback from this. Yeah, and he was specifically chosen by the right-winger Christian nationalist extremist domestic terrorists supporting. The domestic terrorist supporters. Let's look at that. Is this domestic terrorism situation going to ease up? Is it going to ease up? I mean, when we're all more loving, energetically, it eases up. Let's all be kind. Kindness matters. The domestic terrorist situation, we will feel pretty scared by the domestic terrorist situation. There is a way that we're going to bring balance into the situation. I feel like it's going to be more Democrats in office. We'll get past this hard time. Put out a lot of Reiki or healing energy for April 19th because that's kind of like a domestic terrorism field day. It's bad. I mean, it's the date that Waco happened, the date that the Oklahoma City bombing happened, and Timothy McVeigh cited April 19th, the Waco thing, as why he picked that date. So really, let's really put a lot of protection energy around that particular date. This too shall pass, yeah, but we all have to be involved, right? Let's see, 89 minutes, but I haven't, I'm glad I live in a blue state too, Gloria. We have to help the other states. Another Hands Across America. Yeah, we need to be kind again. This too shall pass. I can't forget it. It's tattooed on my arm. For a reason, right? All right, tell me a pressing issue that we need to read on before I do the community cards. National School Walkout scheduled for April 20th. Those kids are on it. I'm telling you, they're not going to let us down. They're not going to let us down. What did I leave out? 420 is Hitler's birthday, the same day as Pot Day. That's interesting. Remember, Donald J. Trump is I did read on that already. What I was reading on was the judge. So it doesn't look like so let me just clarify that. What I was saying about Trump, he admires Hitler. Anyway, back to the abortion pill. There's going to be a ton of blowback about what that judge is. Yes, he is going to ban it. I've read on it before. He's going to get the abortion pill banned, but there's going to be so much blowback. Mercury goes retrograde. I'm good with Mercury retrograde. I think that there's a lot of, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think there's a lot of hysteria around Mercury retrograde. Was it April 20th, Columbine shootings? I know that right around that date, every April, and there was a Virginia Tech shootings too. Climate change? There's not much to say about climate change except that it's happening. Yeah, I don't get all hung up about Mercury retrogrades being bad. It's actually, Mercury retrogrades are great times to be reflective, to go within, to review things, to reboot, to, like that. So anyway, yeah, April 19th, 20th, and plus that's when, that's when there's a solar eclipse. Sheesh. And Agent Carol's case starts next week. Somebody told me the date. Sunshine's asking about tornadoes. I've already said that there's going to be really hugely devastating tornadoes, and I don't know what else to say about that. Donald Trump, I think the E.J. and Carroll case, do you have the date on that? Because it's the same week. Is it the 18th? It's the 25th? Okay. The week of the 16th through the 22nd, gonna be kind of fireworks. So get ready for that. Dominion case starts next week, April 25th. Yeah. Well, I read on Trump, and he's at the end of the road. He's at a dead end. I'm starting to get kind of hungry. I don't think I had lunch. Hang on. April 25th. Okay. Yeah, flooding. I don't really need to read on weather right now. I'll do it. I'll read on it another night, but it's not going to get better. And the people in Florida are going to hate Ron DeFascist when the hurricane season hits. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull 3 community cards, even though, of course, there are more questions. Because it's overtime, If you can donate, my tip jar is below. I thought I plugged in my iPad, but that's just like indicating that I could have plugged it in. I thought I did. Anyway. But I'm not going to because I'm just going to read 3 cards. Wait, hang on. But what if it cuts out in the middle of that? Stay with me. As you can see, my chair has trapped me. See how much I love you guys? I just plugged in my iPad so I wouldn't just drop out of view. The questions never. I literally didn't have enough time to answer all the questions. It's always darkest before the dawn. Yes, remember that. That's a good thought to kind of end on. Let's see how this weekend is going to go. I'll be back for the next PNN Monday. 7 or a little after, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay? Okay? That's how we do here right now. Community cards. Please don't forget that I'm doing holy services. And remember, if you attend my Church of Spirituality Holy Week services, and I'm talking about Jesus, it's just symbolism. It's just, you don't have to be all like, oh, I don't like church. It's not like that. There's a message. It's really important. There's a lot of symbolism in the sacred stories. Okay, so for the next few days, things are looking pretty good, actually. The universe, this is the third time the universe card came up tonight. And I shuffle them really well. So, I love you too. That means, fear not, everything is in divine order. Thank you for telling me the Holy Service was beautiful today. I put a lot of energy into that. Yeah. The ban is on hold. Yeah, but it's on hold because he's trying to finagle the, we're talking about the abortion ban, the abortion pill. Yeah, it's in flux, but he's really, that judge is really determined to get the abortion pill banned. I don't know what they're thinking. They're just dumb. The universe has our back. It's come up 3 or 4 times. Sunshine. She was on top of the world first day she wore her go-go boots to school. That's so cute. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for saying that about the piano playing. There was so much going on this week news-wise, I didn't really get to prepare as much as I wanted to. The universe has our back. Justice is coming. Don't worry. Justice is coming. Thank you for your really meaningful, I can feel the love. Your really appreciative comments. I really appreciate it. All right, there you have it. I didn't even tell you what this, the moon is in, where are we? The moon is in Scorpio this weekend. And on Easter, it goes into my sign. We'll kind of be in a Scorpio energy on for sunrise service. Yeah, the judge is a GOP appointee. So definitely, I hope you join me. Tip jar below. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. My numbers are down, and I would really like to get them up because it just makes me feel like it's worth it. It is worth it, but it just really makes me feel good. So thank you, and we'll see you soon. Namaste. Be well. Be good to yourself. Eat a peep.